Hey, Austin Floyd here, data-driven marketer and agency owner. And in this video, I want to talk about how to make it look like you have a big brand presence, even if you're a small fish in a big pond. And if you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button so you get notified when videos just like this come out in the future. Let's dive into it. One of the easiest ways to make sure that people know who your brand is, and you can do this profitably, is location-based targeting. And before we dive into that, this isn't gonna be just a simple, hey, we're gonna set up some location-based targeting, let it sit and do blah, blah, blah. Instead, what I really want to make sure is that we understand the mindset behind what we're going to do. If you have hotspots in your business, let's say California, or let's say just Los Angeles, or let's say Austin, Texas, or Chicago, or wherever, these major cities where you sell a majority of your product, then one of the easiest and best things that you can do is to make it seem like you are a bigger brand than you actually are by utilizing location targeting. So the mindset behind this is we want to make it seem like we are a big brand and people are seeing us everywhere, and we're creating this ever presence where people look wherever they are and they see our brand, not at a point that annoys them, but at a point that gives us the reputability needed to grow within cities. This is a similar tactic to something like how Bumble grew, utilizing college fraternities and sororities to get that word of mouth to start to grow. Instead, when all your friends are drinking some type of coffee, or all your friends are using some type of device in a certain city, you're gonna think this brand is a lot bigger, and from that, you are going to want to buy that brand's product. And so this is one of the easiest things that anybody can do. So I'm gonna dive into Facebook Ads Manager, and then let's continue this conversation because I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, so I am now in the Business Manager. This is gonna be real quick. It's pretty easy to do. So our main focus is to make sure that we are basically appearing as though we are a big brand in a specific area. So the way that we're gonna do that, we wanna make sure, of course, that we are still targeting something that has ramifications for the business. So that could be conversions for purchase, traffic if we're just trying to get events to fire, or maybe you are actually doing reach if that is simply the goal for this point in time. But I'm gonna click conversions because that is always my go-to. Let's go to say Austin, Texas based campaign. And again, this is so it's going to look as though we are big in Texas. And then of course, just CW1. Boom. Now, once we go into it, I don't really care about the name of that. We are going to come down to fill out everything that you would normally do, but this is going to be the most important part. We're going to actually put in Austin, Texas, and within that, you can have 25-mile radius around it. You could have a smaller radius. But I mean, the potential reach just from that, right? 15 miles is about 1.3 million people. And so really we can hit these people pretty easily day in and day out by simply allocating all of our budget here. We can make that copy and everything look very particular by putting Austin within the copy. And then people will, again, think it's a bigger brand focused at a certain area. Now, as that starts to work, we just come in here and simply raise the radius until the point where we're all the way out. And now we can start to maybe expand out into San Antonio or Houston, or maybe we realize something pops over in California and we want to now start doing that. So that is it. That's how easy it is. Just make sure you set up and you really get specific on the location, the why of the location, and then you'll be good to go. And that's it. It's super simple. Just make sure that you're focusing on location-based targeting. Once you get that up and running, let it sit for a bit and start to see the analytics come through so you know which location you should expand to next. If this helps, drop below where you're about to start targeting or what your strategy is. Otherwise, make sure to press the subscribe button so you get notified when videos just like this come out in the future.